Hi, I'm Chap Bettis, author of The Disciple Making Parent, and this is my audio blog, where I read some of my blog posts in audio format for your convenience. In today's episode, we're going to be thinking about a post I go back to again and again. I think it's really important. It's entitled Levels of Delegation, What Smart Leaders in the Home and Church Understand. I find delegation difficult. It's much easier for me to do something myself. I know how I want it, and I can't always put it into words, so I find it hard to delegate. In addition, over the years, I've had a number of delegated projects that failed. So as a result, I shy away from delegation. But that is not a godly attitude. Whether you call it delegation, equipping, training, or empowering, one job of a leader in the church is to oversee. Well, oversee what? Well, among other things, oversee the saints carrying out the ministry of the body of Christ. Ephesians 4:12 states this explicitly when God tells us that He's gifted the church with leaders who are to equip the saints for the works of the ministry so that the body will be built up. This equipping can be done through the public word ministry, but it can also be done directly by recruiting, delegating, and vision casting. Similarly, a husband who's leading his family well can and should delegate much responsibility to his wife. She is the one who's often executing in the day-to-day. He needs to delegate, though, but not abdicate. He should want to develop her gifting and see her flourish. He does not want to be overbearing and micromanaging. But why is this so hard? And I think many things make delegation in the church tricky. For example, the motivation of the saint, the gifting of the saint, the humility of the saint, all those things play a factor in the success of the delegation. Delegation at work and home introduce other factors. A business person has a paycheck hanging over their head, and home is much more highly relational. Many have written about the process of delegation, and they've used the words explaining, modeling, watching, and supervising. So in this process, the leader explains what he or she wants done, and then he does the task in front of the trainee, he models it, and then he watches the trainee do the task. And lastly, when satisfied, he backs off, but he continues to supervise and gives the person appropriate feedback. Well, this is all well and good at a Chick-fil-A or some other business establishment, and it may have an application in the home, but other factors make it trickier in the church. Several years ago, I ran across an article by Michael Hyatt that provided an aha moment. I realized the issue was not in how I was delegating, but in the way that I was defining the word. Hyatt suggests that there are, in fact, 5 levels of delegation. And many mistakes happen because we assume that we're delegating at one level, but the other person thinks we're delegating at a different level. Let me share these with you. They were incredibly important for me to understand and now clearly define when I delegate. What's level 1 of delegation? Do exactly what I've asked you to do. Don't deviate from my instructions. I've already researched the options and determined what I want you to do. So level 1 is do exactly what I've asked you to do. Level 2 is research the topic and report back. Research the topic and report back. We'll discuss it, and then I'll make a decision, and I'll tell you what I want you to do. So level 2, research the topic and report back. Level 3, research the topic, outline the options, and make a recommendation. Give me the pros and the cons of each option, but tell me what you think we should do. If I agree with your decision, I'll authorize you to move forward. So level 3, research the topic, outline the options, and make a recommendation. Level 4, make a decision, and then tell me what you did. I trust you to do the research, make the best decision you can, and then keep me in the loop. I don't want to be surprised by someone else. So level 4, make a decision, and then tell me what you did. Level 5, make whatever decision you think is best. No need to report back. I trust you completely. I know you will follow through. You have my full support. Can you see how these different levels can bring about misunderstanding? I remember one instance in particular in the church where, as a leader, my expectation was a level 2 delegation. I was giving them a level 2 delegation, research the topic and report back. Instead, the other person, when they heard or when they thought delegation, they heard level 5. They're just going to make whatever decision they think is best. They don't even have to tell me. They were going to take complete control. Well, needless to say, that project was a train wreck. Wise leadership will delegate authority and responsibility, but wise leadership will also make clear how much authority it is delegating. This clarity up front can prevent misunderstandings in the family, in the business, and in the church. This understanding of the 5-fold level of delegation has changed how I lead in my home, in the church, and in the ministry. It's one more tool I use to help me overcome my fear of delegation. Thank you for listening to the Disciple Making Parent audio blog. Do you have young children? Then you should check out our video course, Parenting with Confidence. It's our video-driven study on the biblical foundations of parenting, and it's specifically aimed at parents of young children. You can find more information on our website or at parentingwithconfidencestudy.com. Thanks for listening.